The Serengeti awoke in a blaze of golden light, painting the vast Tanzanian grasslands in hues of dawn. A playful lion cub, Zara's son, frolicked amidst butterflies and buzzing insects, blissfully unaware of the dangers lurking beyond his immediate world. Zara, a lioness crucial to the reserve's pride management, allowed her cub brief moments of unsupervised play, always keeping a watchful eye. However, the boundless expanse of the Serengeti, with its hidden corners and predator dens, held unforeseen perils. In his innocent pursuit of a vibrant butterfly, the cub strayed too far, his initial joy morphing into heart-pounding anxiety when he realized Zara was nowhere in sight. His tiny growl, a desperate call for his mother, was swallowed by the rustling wind, amplifying his fear. Confusion gripped him, and he made the brave yet reckless decision to search for Zara, heedless of the hidden dangers. The tall grasses obscured his view, making the search a daunting task. Suddenly, 3 figures emerged, their distinctive, cackling laughter echoing through the stillness. 3 hyenas, opportunistic predators known for targeting vulnerable prey, had spotted the solitary cub. Their eyes gleamed with predatory hunger, and they bared their fangs, anticipating an easy meal. The cub, sensing the imminent threat, instinctively retreated, his fur bristling with fear, yet he bravely attempted a growl of defiance. The hyenas, employing their cunning tactics, encircled him, slowly forcing him into a corner. His feeble roars and frantic swipes proved futile against the relentless hyenas. Just as despair began to set in, the sound of a jeep engine and the familiar scent of humans filled him with renewed hope. Kasim, a seasoned reserve ranger with over a decade of experience, arrived just in time. He recognized the cub as Zara's offspring, a vital part of the pride's genetic diversity. Understanding the urgency, Kasim grabbed a long stick and pepper spray, his years of experience guiding his actions. With a commanding roar and the threatening presence of the stick, he bravely confronted the hyenas, forcing them to back away. The hyenas, wary of humans and weapons, reluctantly retreated, their defiant laughter echoing as they cautiously withdrew. The cub, seizing the opportunity, dashed towards Kasim, seeking refuge behind his legs. Kasim, despite the tense situation, couldn't help but smile at the cub's desperate plea. He continued to intimidate the hyenas, eventually driving them away. Once the hyenas were at a safe distance, Kasim gently scooped up the trembling cub, reassuring him with soft strokes and comforting words. "It's okay, little one," he murmured, his eyes filled with compassion. He carefully placed the cub in the jeep's backseat and set off to find Zara, constantly checking on the cub's well-being. Thankfully, the cub was unharmed, save for a few minor scratches. Knowing Zara's usual hunting routes, Kasim quickly deduced her likely location, determined to reunite mother and cub. After a mere 10 minutes of traversing the expansive Serengeti, Kasim's gaze fell upon a pride of lions, their forms sprawled leisurely across the sun-drenched field. However, Zara was conspicuously absent, prompting him to continue his pursuit, venturing further into the heart of the reserve. Every square meter of this untamed landscape bore the indelible marks of wildlife, a tapestry of paw prints and hoof prints, demanding Kasim's utmost concentration as he meticulously scanned the ground, searching for the distinctive imprints of Zara's paws. Finally, a distance of precisely 5 kilometers from the location where he had rescued the cub, he discerned Zara's solitary silhouette perched atop a small earthen mound, her posture exuding a palpable sense of worry and maternal anxiety. Kasim, demonstrating his seasoned understanding of animal behavior, brought his vehicle to a halt at a safe, respectful distance, extinguishing the engine's hum and allowing the silence of the savannah to envelop him. He then proceeded to observe Zara's reaction with meticulous care. Zara, her keen senses attuned to the environment, immediately recognized the familiar scent of humans, and more specifically, the distinct aroma of Kasim, a man who had diligently monitored and provided care for her over the past year. From the initial moment she was fitted with an electronic tracking tag to the subsequent instances where she received necessary medical attention, Zara had gradually come to understand that Qasim posed no threat to her or her offspring. As Qasim emerged from the vehicle, cradling the softly meowing cub in his arms, Zara raised her head, her nostrils flaring as she cautiously sniffed the air. Yet she displayed no signs of aggression. Zara heard the plaintive calls of her cub, and her ears immediately pricked up, her senses heightened with a mixture of worry and burgeoning joy. The cub, upon catching sight of its mother, leaned forward in Qasim's arms, emitting soft growls that conveyed its fervent desire to be reunited. When Qasim had closed the distance to a few meters, he halted, gently placing the cub on the ground. Zara approached her offspring, her eyes never straying from Qasim, yet her demeanor was noticeably less wary than it would have been with an unfamiliar human. The cub eagerly rushed towards its mother, rubbing its head against her familiar, warm fur, seeking the comfort and reassurance of her presence. Zara bent down, meticulously licking the dust and dirt from her cub's back, a tender act of checking for injuries and soothing its distress. This touching scene filled Qasim with a profound sense of relief and an overwhelming feeling of happiness. Zara then looked up at Qasim, her gaze seemingly conveying a silent expression of gratitude for his intervention. Despite her innate wild instincts, she did not display any aggression towards him. The cub, having been reunited with its mother, turned its innocent gaze towards Qasim, an unspoken, yet deeply felt expression of thanks that made Qasim feel that his work was profoundly meaningful. Qasim slowly retreated, giving the mother and cub the space they needed to reconnect. By this time, the sun had ascended higher in the sky, bathing the vast grasslands in a warm golden light. The air was filled with the cheerful chirping of birds, and herds of antelopes grazed peacefully in the distance, restoring the Serengeti to its usual state of tranquil harmony. In that moment, Qasim experienced a renewed sense of purpose, a deep understanding of his vital mission to protect and preserve the precious life that thrived in this extraordinary ecosystem. He silently pledged to continue his efforts to safeguard this shared home for the countless wild creatures that depended on it. After thoroughly checking her cub for any signs of injury, Zara seemed reassured that the little lion was unharmed. She then led her cub a few steps, heading towards the distant grasslands. However, before disappearing into the horizon, she turned back to cast one final glance at Qasim, who stood silently, his face illuminated by a gentle smile. In the warm, golden sunlight, that moment appeared like a poetic and precious tableau, a testament to the fragile harmony between humans and the wild. The cub slowly followed its mother, occasionally turning back as if missing its benefactor. The soft sound of the wind carried the footsteps of the mother and cub, leading them towards the vast horizon. Qasim knew that Zara and her cub would remain within the protected boundaries of the reserve, where they could grow and thrive in safety. This successful reunion brought not only immense joy to the mother and cub, but also a quiet sense of victory to Qasim. He smiled, concluding a deeply meaningful workday on the magnificent land of Tanzania. Upon returning to his vehicle, Qasim meticulously recorded the events of the day in his field notebook. This detailed account would provide invaluable data to the reserve's management, aiding in their assessment of the lion population's status and overall health. As he drove back to the station, his thoughts returned to the harrowing encounter with the hyenas, a stark reminder of the constant dangers that permeated the savannah, especially for vulnerable lion cubs. He resolved to never underestimate the challenges faced by these young creatures and recognize the crucial role humans played in their protection. Even though lions are often perceived as the unchallenged monarchs of the animal kingdom, possessing an aura of raw power and dominance, their vulnerability during infancy is a stark reminder of the delicate balance of life. Young lion cubs, despite their potential for future strength, are entirely dependent on the unwavering protection of their mothers and, in certain circumstances, the intervention of compassionate humans. Qasim, reflecting on the day's events, internalized the crucial lesson that preparedness is paramount in the unpredictable wilderness. He vowed to refine his protocols and enhance his readiness for similar emergencies, ensuring he could respond swiftly and effectively to any crisis that might arise. As his vehicle traversed the dusty tracks, Qasim's gaze swept across the breathtaking panorama of the Serengeti, a vast expanse of untamed beauty stretching before him. This was a realm where the fundamental drama of existence played out in its most primal form, a stage where life and death engaged in an eternal, intricate dance, a relentless cycle dictated by the immutable laws of nature. Yet, amidst this raw, untamed reality, the capacity for human love and compassion shone brightly, a beacon of hope illuminating the lives of all creatures inhabiting this extraordinary ecosystem. The story of Qasim, Zara, and the lost lion cub, a narrative woven with threads of courage, empathy, and resilience, would forever be etched as a cherished memory, a poignant symbol of the magical, unbreakable bond that could flourish between humans and animals in the heart of Tanzania's Serengeti Reserve. My dear friend, thank you for your invaluable time and unwavering attention in following this story. Your engagement is truly appreciated. Please do not hesitate to show your support by clicking the like button and subscribing to our channel, which will enable us to continue bringing you captivating stories and insightful content from the wild heart of Africa. Your support fuels our passion and allows us to share the wonders of the natural world with a wider audience.